Manipur police arrest 6 militants in coordinated operations across 4 districts. Loktak hydroelectric project faces logistics hurdles. NHPC briefs Manipur governor. Nagaland CM calls on architects to blend safety, sustainability and Naga identity. Father gets life term for raping impregnating minor daughter in Assam's Nagaland. Woman digital creator arrested for spreading obscenity on social media. Donald Trump gives Hamas 48-hour deadline to return bodies of hostages. And East Timor becomes newest ASEAN member. Hello and welcome to ELITETV English News. You're watching 6 p.m. Primetime Bulletin and this is Dr. Aleza giving you the news in detail. Security forces detained 6 members of banned insurgent groups during operations conducted on October 26, seizing weapons, extortion materials and communication devices across Thoubal, Imphal West, Bisnupur and Kakching districts. Authorities apprehended Brahmachari Mayum Ratan Kumar Sharma, 43, also known as Mangal, an active member of the Revolutionary People's Front, People's Liberation Army, from his residence in Hairopachu, Kangarok. Officers recovered 2 mobile phones and 2 SIM cards during the arrest. In a separate operation in Wangjing, Thoubal district forces detained Haubizam Thoibi Devi, 35, known as Chanu, identified as an active woman cadre of the Kangleipa Communist Party. Police say she was involved in extortion activities within the Thoubal district. Investigators seized 59 demand letters from KCP PWG, 2 seals belonging to a project secretary of the organization, 2 stamp pads, 1 mobile phone with a SIM card and various documents from her possession. Security personnel arrested 2 members of the People's Revolutionary Party of Kangleipak Pripak at Thongkhong Lakshmi Bazaar in Imphal West district. The suspects Longjam Yaipaba Angum, 30, also called Nanau and Oinam Hen Basing, 37, allegedly extorted money and threatened government officials, doctors, college staff and civilians across valley areas. Officers confiscated a white Hyundai Verna car registered as MN05A 6564, 2 mobile phones and 1 Aadhaar card. Manipur police also detained 2 suspected members of the Kangleipa Communist Party in Hianglam Therapy Saksekmaijin area, Kakching district. The arrested individuals Ilangbam Lamyan Maitai, 29, known as Abungcha, and Lastram Indra Kumar Singh, 25, were allegedly involved in extortion activities. Police recovered 2 mobile phones and 1 Aadhaar card from them. In a series of meetings at the Raj Bhavan today, October 27, Manipur Governor Ajay Kumar Valla held discussions with representatives from NHPC Limited and the Indian Association of Tour Operators, focusing on the state's critical infrastructure and tourism challenges. Gursharan Singh, head of project at NHPC Limited and recently appointed General Manager Electrical, called on the governor and briefed him about the operational challenges faced by the Loktak hydroelectric project. He highlighted difficulties in transporting large equipment essential for ongoing renovation and modernization works. Singh also apprised the governor of the initiatives being taken to enhance maintenance systems and boost the operational reliability of the project. Governor Valla took note to the concerns and stressed the importance of timely renovation to improve the project's efficiency and ensure uninterrupted power generation for the region. Later in the day, Haj Radhakrishna Sarma, state in charge of ELITETV Manipur, along with 4 members, met the governor to discuss the constraints faced by tour operators in obtaining protected area permits for foreign tourists. The delegation submitted a representation suggesting reforms including the introduction of pre-arrival PAP applications during the visa process in travelers' home countries and authorizing recognized tour operators and ELITETV members to apply for permits on behalf of their clients. Governor Valla appreciated the association's effort to strengthen sustainable tourism in Manipur and assured to consider the proposals aimed at streamlining the permit system and promoting international tourism in the state. Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio has called on architects in the state to take the lead in promoting self-sustainable and locally inspired architecture, highlighting the sector's vital role in driving employment and economic growth. Speaking as the guest of honor at the 25th anniversary celebration of the Association of Nagaland Architects (ANA) held under the theme Celebrating Community, Nurturing Creativity in Jummo Kedima, Rio said safety and sustainability must remain central to architectural practice. He encouraged architects to blend innovation with cultural identity, creating designs that are both functional and rooted in Naga heritage. Architects are not just designers of buildings, they are custodians of our heritage and interpreters of our culture and visionaries of our future, Rio said, urging the profession to shape spaces that reflect Nagaland's ethos while embracing modern technology. The Chief Minister inaugurated an exhibition of home and decor materials before addressing the gathering, reflecting on ANA's early efforts to introduce development controls and building bylaws in the state. He said those initiatives laid the groundwork for organized, safe and sustainable urban growth. Rio lauded the association's growth into a professional body of over 120 registered architects serving across government, private and entrepreneurial sectors. He also underscored the economic significance of the construction industry, describing it as Nagaland's largest employment engine. Acknowledging the state's vulnerability to natural disasters, Rio reminded the audience that Nagaland falls under Earthquake Zone 5, stressing that safety cannot be compromised. He appealed to ANA to train and empower local youth, engineers, masons, and artisans in modern and eco-friendly construction techniques. A special POCSO court in Assam's Nagaland district has sentenced a 50-year-old man to life imprisonment for raping and impregnating his 13-year-old daughter. The verdict was delivered on October 24 by Additional District and Session Judge cum Special Judge Chitra Rani Sarkia at the Nagaland POCSO court. The court also directed the convict to pay ₹5 lakh as compensation to the survivor, warning that failure to pay would result in an additional 6 months of imprisonment. According to Nagaland Additional Superintendent of Police, Crime Jayanta Barua, the assault occurred earlier this year at a family's home in the Amshoy area under Raha Police Station. While the convict's wife was away, the crime remained undisclosed for nearly 5 months until the mother noticed signs of pregnancy in her daughter. Following her complaint on June 3, police registered a case and filed the charge sheet within 28 days. Authorities confirmed that the teenager has since given birth to a child. Tripura police have arrested a woman digital content creator identified as Madhavi Biswas on charges of spreading obscenity through social media platforms. The arrest was made on Sunday night following a complaint filed by one Paramita Gosal of Ramnagar officials said. Biswas, known on Facebook for her outspoken videos criticizing Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Chief Minister Manik Shah and MP Biplab Kumar Dev, was taken into custody after a police team raided her residence at Jogendranagar in West Tripura district. Biswas was accused of spreading obscene content on social media, a case under various provisions of the IT Act and the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita (BNS) has been registered against her. She will be produced before the court on Monday, said Rana Chatterjee, officer in charge of West Agartala police station. Last month, Biswas had faced a similar complaint at East Agartala police station after she criticized the Prime Minister's brief visit to the Ma Tripura Sundari temple. She was then detained and questioned by the police. Meanwhile, the Tripura Human Rights Organization has condemned her arrest, alleging that it was an attempt to silence criticism of the state government. For the past few days, police had been pressuring her to stop criticizing the government online, but she continued. That's why she has been arrested. We demand her unconditional release, said senior advocate Purushottam Roy Barman, a member of the HRO. Police said the investigation is ongoing. Senior IAS officer Talo Potom surrendered to police at 7:30 a.m. on October 27, ending a 2-day search operation after authorities issued a lookout notice against him. The officer, currently posted as Special Undersecretary PWD in New Delhi, is now in police custody. Superintendent of Police Nahar Lagun confirmed the surrender, bringing temporary relief to a case that has sparked widespread public outrage across Arunachal Pradesh. Immediately after his surrender, a video statement from Potom surfaced in which the IAS officer categorically denied all allegations mentioned in the suicide note of late Gomchu Yekar, calling them totally false and baseless. In the video, Potom detailed how he first came into contact with Yekar, a 19-year-old who had voluntarily expressed interest in assisting the administration on issues like drug addiction among youths and other social problems. Acknowledging Yekar's enthusiasm, Potom said he recruited him as a multitasking staff MTS to support the administration of the Itanagar capital region during his tenure as deputy commissioner. Potom further explained that after his transfer to New Delhi as Secretary PWD, a case emerged involving a fake magistrate scam in which Yekar was allegedly caught collecting money from vendors on behalf of the administration. Following Yekar's arrest, his wife reportedly contacted Potom multiple times seeking money and help to secure his release. Request that Potom said he refused, maintaining that the law will take its own course. He stated that he was shocked to learn his name appeared in Yekar's suicide note as a reason for abandonment and stressed that he had no connection with late Lekweng Lowang, the Rail Works Department executive engineer, who also died by suicide. Potom also acknowledged Yekar's role in assisting the administration's anti-drug and social outreach initiatives, recalling that he joined the farewell team at the airport when Yekar left for New Delhi to take up his posting. The Zeliangrong United Front has clarified regarding the surprise statement published by Frankie Gonmai professing to be Zeliangrong United Front in the name of so-called ZUF Kamsan's gang. A press release issued by Louis Gangmai, Secretary Information and Publicity, mentioned that the publication has created public confusion, distorting the actual image and prestige of the Zeliangrong United Front. The said gang has been publicly known as ASEAN Unification for the purpose of seeking shelter under the coverage of the group under ceasefire Naga faction basically against ASEAN-IM. Now the statement appears that the group is sheltering and becoming the mouthpiece of ASEAN-IM, who commercialize for personal monetary gain and ASEAN-IM's political weapon to tarnish the image of ZUF under the caption, "Welcomes the Muiva Eto Kilonser of ASEAN-IM," published in the Shanghai Express on 24 October 2025. That Mr. Carlson gang have no rights to use the name of ZUF and all concerned are hereby informed not to be swept away by such unprincipled and cowardice act of pleasing their master. It is once again clarified that the gang never ever hold the mandate and voice of the Zeliangrong people after they declared themselves as non-existing entity and merged into Naga faction for their safety. The said gang has denied the Zeliangrong political rights and turned to Saga's political interests, thereby lost the mandate of the Zeliangrong people. The hypocrite's behavior of ASEAN-IM, in which they claim to love and honor Haipao Jadonang, however, tens of hundreds of Zeliangrong people have been killed and an arms confrontation has been going on in Zeliangrong areas to suppress the historical and political aspiration of the Zeliangrong people. The ZUF strongly cautioned ASEAN IM not to play with the sentiment of the Zeliangrong people for their selfish end. While the Zeliangrong political issues that is being now in an advanced stage of negotiation for settlement with the GUI, such elements are intentional game plan to distort and defeat the progress of the talk. The next round of talk is scheduled on the 29th October 2025, New Delhi, headed by ZUF's chairman Jen Chui Kamei, to bring an early logical conclusion in a time-bound manner. The ZUF appeals to the Zeliangrong kindred people to extend their prayer and every possible support and cooperation to ZUF for the early settlement of the long-drawn and cherished political aspiration of the Zeliangrong people, the press release added. A public walk to give awareness about statistical data in developing a country was organized by NSO-FODRO in Fall as a part of the 75th anniversary of National Sample Survey today from Thangmaiban Laurungpure Laikai crossing Lamphel Sanakaitel Assembly Road, Khoyathong and culminating to Thangmaiban Laurungpure Laikai, led by Dr. K.M. Singh, DDG, ISSD Hudson Lekanta, Assistant Director, HS Lumdom Anal, Assistant Director, and staffs of NSO-FODRO Imphal participated in the public walk. On the other hand, family members of the DJs Gomchu Yekar gathered at Nirjuli police station on October 27, demanding that senior IAS officer Talo Potom be denied bail following his surrender to police. The protesters chanted Talo Potom ko bail matdo, no bail to Talo Potom, as authorities took the officer into custody. Potom, currently posted as Special Undersecretary PWD in New Delhi, surrendered at 7:30 a.m., ending a two-day manhunt after police issued a lookout notice against him. The Superintendent of Police Nahar Lagun confirmed the surrender in a case that has generated intense public anger across Arunachal Pradesh. Shortly after his surrender, Potom released a video statement categorically denying all allegations mentioned in Yekar's suicide note, describing them as totally false and baseless. He explained that he first met Yekar then 19 years old when the young man volunteered to help the administration address youth drug addiction and social issues. Potom recruited him as a multitasking staff MTS during his tenure as Deputy Commissioner of Itanagar Capital Region. According to Potom, trouble began after his transfer to New Delhi when Yekar was arrested in a fact magistrate scam, allegedly collecting money from vendors whilst falsely claiming to represent the administration. Potom stated that Yekar's wife contacted him multiple times requesting money and assistance for his release, which he refused, maintaining that the law will take its own course. The IAS officer expressed shock at being named in Yekar's suicide note as responsible for abatement and denied any connection with Likweng Lowang, the Rural Works Department Executive Engineer, who also died by suicide. Potom concluded by urging respect for the law and reaffirmed his faith in the judiciary. Nirjuli Police Station registered case number 92/2025 under different sections, naming Potom as a prime accused. During the search operation, police tracked his mobile phone data but discovered the device was being unused by domestic help. Investigators later learned that Potom had swapped his SIM card before leaving home. The case centers on Yekar's purported suicide note, which allegedly accused Potom and Executive Engineer Lowang of sexual exploitation and mental harassment, claiming these actions drove him to take his own life. The All Tazin Students Union ATSU, led by General Secretary B.J. Domin, joined Yekar's family in demanding swift justice. The union issued a one-day ultimatum to the state government, threatening to remove the body from the TRI-HMS mortuary and bury it at Potom's residence if authorities failed to act. Speaking outside the mortuary, Domin alleged that Yekar's had contracted HIV or AIDS from the accused individuals. He urged other potential victims to undergo medical testing and confirmed that Yekar's HIV positive status had been medically verified. The investigation continues as police examine evidence and statements related to the allegations. Civil society groups, students' bodies, And the victim's family have demanded accountability from senior government officials, creating significant tension in Itanagar and surrounding areas. Now let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Khudingmakna tingzang kaizang dana lairaba matamdata chaukat Bharat amadi shem sabadu mapung faragani.
माताओं बहनों बेटियों उनका जीवन पीढ़ियों को प्रभावित करने वाला, पीढ़ियों का निर्माण करने वाला जीवन होता है। एक बेटी का सामर्थ्य, उसकी शिक्षा, उसका कौशल सिर्फ परिवार ही नहीं, समाज की, राष्ट्र की
इकाई खुमना जरीब प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की लुचिंग मखादा नुपीसिंगी हकचेल फना थमनबगिदमक्ता अकनब कैंपेन अमा लैबाक्सिन बथुंगना पांगथोकले। स्वस्थ नारी सशक्त परिवार तिंजंग काइजंग दब नुपी पांगल लैब इमुंग मसीगी मखादा लैबा शिन बथुंगना हकचेल कैंपेन सिंग पांगथोकजगनी। कैंपेन अशिगा पुंशन हंदुना निपान शुभ न्यूट्रिशन मन आसिसु होदो। अमदी प्रधानमंत्री मातृ वंदना योजना दा अप्लाई तौनबगिदमक अखन्न रजिस्ट्रेशन पाइखतलगनी। अकुप्प मरोलगिदमक अदोमगी अनक्पा आयुष्मान आरोग्य मंदिर, कम्युनिटी हेल्थ सेंटर, सरकारी हॉस्पिटल अमदी अंगनवाड़ी सेंटर का तानबी। तिंजंग काइजंग दबनुपी पांगल लैब इमुंग मशीनी चौखटप भारत अमगी युमफम।
अयहांगना ताइबंग खोंगदा जरखिबसे कुमजाली सिंगमगा समापल हुमफुद्रा 1970 मास के कुनिपाल लमतागिना कुनमाथोय निपानबा थांग जनमित के अयुक पुंग मापंदा अयहा ताइबंग फावरखि लोल लैजबा फिजे लैजबा लाइनिंग लैजबा मैतै फुरुपसे अमुक्तदि निंखा तमना लाइनिंग मिखा पोंदबसु ओइरसी।
Welcome back. Now moving on to the news. As the Election Commission of India ACI prepares to announce the schedule for the special intensive revision of electoral rolls across several states, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma on Monday, October 27, said the state government would welcome the move if implemented nationwide. We are aware that the Election Commission of India is holding a press conference today. If the SIR is announced nationwide, we will welcome it, Sarma told reporters, expressing support for the electoral body's initiative. According to official sources, the ACI will announce the SIR schedule at a press briefing slated for 4:15 p.m. on October 27, likely to be held by Chief Election Commissioner Gyanesh Kumar. Though the poll body's media advisory did not specify the agenda, officials quoted by PTI confirmed that the conference will primarily address the special intensive revision of electoral rolls. Chief Minister Sarma also lashed out at Congress leader Priyank Kharge, calling him a first-class idiot for allegedly making derogatory comments about the education and capability of Assamese youth. Priyank Kharge has insulted Assamese youth and Congress has not yet condemned this. Perhaps we might file a case against him because he has said that Assam does not have educated youth. It is an insult to the entire Assamese youth, Sarma asserted. A coordinated operation by Sejoja Police Station in Arunachal Pradesh and Chardwar Police Station in Sonatpur District, Assam led to the arrest of a key narcotics suspect, marking a major breakthrough in the fight against drug trafficking across the interstate border. Acting on specific intelligence, the joint team apprehended 32-year-old Nazirul Islam, a resident of Konamuk Kekakuli, Nepali Gaon in Assam, on October 26. The arrest took place during a targeted raid under the supervision of Pake Kesang, Superintendent of Police Tasi Darang, and Sejoja SDPO Sasidor. Officer in charge SI Sang Thinle led the on-ground operation along with SI Makbul Hussain, SI DW Karma, Constable Nyape Ite, and driver PN Thongchi. Police said Islam had a central role in two pending cases at Saijoja police station related to narcotics trade. Both cases, previously stalled due to the accused being absconding, are now expected to reach their logical conclusion with his arrest. Investigators are currently probing Islam's network, focusing on the supply chain and potential compliances across district borders. Officials credited the success of the operation to the strong coordination between Pake Kesang police and their counterparts in Sonetpur and Biswanath Chorele. A coordinated theft targeting two Kali temples in Kokrachhar city, Assam has left residents alarmed and authorities on high alert. Thieves struck at the Pathorghat and Bidanpali Kali temples late last night, escaping with gold and silver ornaments from the idol at the Pathorghat temple. The stolen items, which included chains and ankles, are estimated to be worth around ₹3 lakh. Police teams visited both sites early this morning and have begun an investigation. An operation is underway to track down the culprits, officials confirmed. While the gang managed to loot valuables from the Pathorghat temple, their attempt to the Bidanpali temple was largely unsuccessful, with no major items reported missing. Local residents have voiced strong concern over the growing number of temple thefts in the region. They have urged the administration to tighten security around religious sites and ensure swift action against those responsible. The historic 127-year-old Visuddhachar Buddhist monastery at Namdangaon under the 83rd Margareta constituency was ceremonially reconstructed and inaugurated today amid a series of traditional and religious events. The two-day program began this morning with the hosting of the Buddhist flag, followed by Pebo Daratham Sanghadana and a procession carrying the Buddha statue and Kalpataru. Devotees and members of the Singpho community from neighboring areas participated in large numbers. A special tribute was also paid before the portrait of Assam's beloved artist Jubin Garg, honoring his memory and contributions to the state's cultural life. On Tuesday, the celebrations will continue with Anikaja Tang, Daratham, and various other Buddhist religious rituals. Originally established in 1898 on the banks of the Buridehing River, Visuddhachar Buddha Bihar was founded by Sukram Wakhet, who served as a political jamadar during the British era. Due to river erosion, the monastery was later relocated to Namdang village in Margareta subdivision, an area predominantly inhabited by the Singpho tribe. The reconstruction of the monastery was carried out under the leadership of Jyotika Mahathera, head of the Maulang Khamti Buddhist monastery, along with the support of Silent Wakhet and family members, restoring one of the region's oldest symbols of faith and cultural heritage. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma on Monday, October 27, issued a stern warning against the Veer Lachit Sena, stating that the government is seriously considering stringent action, including a potential ban against the outfit accused of intimidation, extortion, and creating public disorder across the state. Addressing the media in Guwahati, CM Sharma said, Veer Lachit Sena has been creating a disturbing atmosphere in the name of cultural activities and donation drives. They are also causing environmental damage. If necessary, we may have to consider a ban, just like in the case of Ulfa 1. Without naming anyone directly, the Chief Minister hinted that certain individuals associated with the organization are already under the scanner of law enforcement. I am not taking any names, but action will follow, he added firmly, signaling the state's growing intolerance towards disruptive elements operating under social or cultural banners. The government's tough stance comes in the wake of a sensational kidnapping case in Guwahati on Sunday, October 26 night, allegedly linked to individuals associated with Veer Lachit Sena. In a swift late-night operation, Dispur police rescued Rahul Mishra, who had been abducted from outside Pratiksha Hospital in the city's Borbari area. The incident occurred around 9:30 p.m. when Ershad Khan from Golpara alerted the police that his friend had been forcibly taken away by a group of 10 to 15 unidentified persons. Police sources said the kidnappers had demanded a ransom of rupees 15 to 20 lakh. East Timor's Prime Minister told leaders of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations that it was a dream realized for his nation to be admitted to the bloc and an opportunity as it seeks to boost its struggling economy. Today, history is made, Prime Minister Sanana Gusmao told the other leaders as the flag of East Timor, also known as Timor-Leste, was added to the other 10 on the stage but at a formal ceremony in Kuala Lumpur. It was the Association of Southeast Asian Nations' first expansion since the 1990s and was more than a decade in the making. For the people of Timor-Leste, this is not only a dream realized, but a powerful affirmation of our journey, one marked by resilience, determination, and hope, he said. The ceremony marked the opening of ASEAN's annual summit, followed by 2 days of high-level engagements with key partners including China, Japan, India, Australia, Russia, South Korea, and the US. US President Donald Trump arrived in Malaysia Sunday for his first trip to Asia since returning to the White House and took part in the signing of an expansion of a ceasefire between Cambodia and Thailand that he helped broker this summer to end their border conflict. There was a lot of killing and then we got it stopped very quickly, Trump said before Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet and Thai Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul signed the agreement. Trump called it a momentous day. The terms of the agreement include Thailand releasing 18 Cambodian soldiers held prisoners and for both sides to begin removing heavy weapons from the border area. Trump said he was signing economic agreements with both of those nations and was also due to sign a trade deal with Malaysia later in the day. Chinese Premier Li Qiang, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, and Japan's newly inaugurated Prime Minister Sane Takaichi are among more than a dozen other leaders expected to be on hand. ASEAN membership brings East Timor with a GDP of around USD 2 billion, better access to an economic community of nations with some 680 million people and a USD 3.8 trillion economy. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, whose country holds the bloc's rotating chairmanship, said East Timor's accession completes the Asian family, the affirming of our shared destiny and deep sense of regional kinship. US President Donald Trump has issued a warning to Hamas demanding the group begin returning the bodies of the DJ's hostages quickly and said that Arab nations involved in peace efforts would take action if Hamas fails to comply. Hamas is going to have to start returning the bodies of the DJ's hostages, including 2 Americans, quickly, or the other countries involved in this great peace will take action. Some of the bodies are hard to reach, but others they can return now, and for some reasons they are not, Trump wrote late Saturday evening on Truth Social. Let's see what they do over the next 48 hours. I'm watching this very closely, the president added. While all the living hostages have been returned from Gaza, the remains of 13 DJ's hostages have not been handed over by Hamas. Some of the bodies are hard to reach, but others they can return now, and for some reason they are not, Trump wrote in a Truth Social post. Perhaps it has to do with their disarming, but when I said both sides would be treated fairly, but that only applies if they comply with their obligations. Hours before Trump's social media post, Secretary of State Marco Rubio and US Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee met with the families of Aitai Chan and Omar Neutra, 2 US citizens who were killed in October 7, 2023 attacks. The president's post came shortly after a brief meeting abroad, Air Force One in Doha, with Qatari Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. Qatar has played a significant role in efforts to negotiate peace and ceasefires in Gaza. Following the meeting with Qatar, Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani and Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman bin Jajim Al Thani. Trump said the Emir is one of the great rulers of the world and the Prime Minister has been my friend. Trump later told reporters that the two discussed the Gaza peace deal during the stopover before continuing his trip to Asia. Hamas has returned 15 of the 28 bodies of detained hostages outlined in the U.S. proposed ceasefire agreement. The terror group previously said it had handed over all of the remaining hostages it could access and that significant efforts and special equipment are needed to recover more. Israel is allowing an Egyptian team with tools and equipment to enter Gaza and assist in the efforts to locate the bodies of the detained hostages, two Israeli security officials told CNN on Saturday. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information about the channel. And before we wind up, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Manipur police arrests 6 militants and coordinated operations across 4 districts. Loktang Hydroelectric Project faces logistics hurdles and HPC grips Manipur governor. Nagaland CM calls on architects to blend safety, sustainability and Naga identity. Father gets life term for raping and impregnating minor daughter in Assam's Nagaland. Woman digital creator arrested for spreading obscenity on social media. Donald Trump gives Hamas 48 hours deadline to return bodies of hostages. East Timor becomes the West Asian member. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching.